smells like a convention of old ladies. Hey guys, so as you saw by the intro, today we are going to be playing with makeup that doesn't suck. Everything here is going to be under $10, so let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so we're starting with the Maybelline Master Prime Primer. Okay, so for foundation, recently, because my skin has transformed from being oily to more normal, I've really been enjoying cushion foundations, and one that I really like is the Maybelline Dream Cushion, but that's like $15 or $16 from the drugstore. Another option for a cushion foundation is the Wet n Wild MegaCushion foundation, and it does have SPF. You just open it up and dip your sponge in and then apply it. Okay, so I'm taking my Equal Tool sponge, also under $10, right into the cushion and bounce it on the face. Oh, so for alternative, for those of you who are oily and like more of a matte, super full coverage foundation, I do recommend all three of these. So we have the LA Girl Pro Matte, the Wet n Wild Photofocus, and Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. So all these are really good if you like more of a matte, full coverage. I've just really been enjoying cushion foundations recently. For anyone who's sensitive to smell, both Wet n Wild foundations are stinky. The matte one, the Photo Focus one, smells like paint. And then this one just, it smells weird. But it's something that once you apply it, it goes away and it doesn't bother you. I have something else here that I'm going to show you that the freaking scent lasts. Like, this is the type of foundation that's just like your skin but better, you know? And it can build up. And I think it's like, I don't know. When I got it, it was on sale for $5. I think it's like $8 normally. But for the Maybelline one that I tried first that I really like, that's $16. I would definitely get this again over that one because it's so much cheaper. So if you see, this foundation leaves your skin a little bit glowy and more skin-like, as opposed to the matte finish. But for concealer, I have a few different suggestions. So the two that I'm using right now are the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define and the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealers. I don't know if you can see. So the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, that's like $5, is really good too, but I have not been using it because when I repurchased it, I bought a shade that was way too light. It's like white. Just blend that out with a sponge. And taking whatever is left over and bringing it onto the lid. Another good concealer under $10 is the Ulta Waterproof Concealer, and that one does not crease on the lid. And I'm feeling a little crazy, so I'm gonna take a second coat of this Catrice and just go right over top of that. So for powders, I have two. I have the Wet n Wild Pressed Powder and the Coty Airspun. As you can see, this powder is well loved. I've definitely hit pan and I need a new one. I got this powder based on Kathleen Light's review, and I bought it and I used it and I thought it was good, and I didn't realize how good it was until I bought a new pressed powder and started using that instead of this, and I went immediately right back to this, so I know that I love it. For the Coty Airspun, you get a little poofy poof like this, and then mine's a little janky. I don't know what happened here if you can see that, but it's a little bit broken, but it's a loose powder. My under eyes tend to be a little drier, so I can't put the loose powder underneath, so what I do is I take the pressed powder and just press it up under my eyes. If I don't do this, it'll crease, but if I do the loose powder, then it looks wonky. It looks really bad. And taking it up on the lid as well. And for the rest of the face, I'll just take that puff that it came with and push it into the skin. It smells like a convention of old ladies. If they were smart, they would take that out, but it does work really nicely. Alright, now that we look like a ghost, we're gonna go in with some good old bronzer. It is the Wet n Wild Color Con bronzer. It looks a little something like this. Just for comparison to my other favorite bronzer, which is the Butter Bronzer. So the Butter Bronzer is a little bit more cool. It's not as warm. But this still doesn't have too much red in it to where you look like you are putting clay on your face. But the Butter Bronzer is more expensive, so I think this is like $5. And I think the Butter Bronzer is like $12. I will say that Wet n Wild, I think hands down, kills it in the affordable makeup department. I don't know how they do it. They're so inexpensive and they're so good. It's so satisfying to bring life back to your face. So I recently washed my brushes, and when that happens, they're wet for like 2 days. So I was forced to use my sponge for everything, my sponges for everything. And I found out that I actually love applying blush with a sponge. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, yet again, another Wet n Wild product. It is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blush in the shade Mellow Wine. It's just so pretty, and I think it's very perfect for fall. So I'm just taking my sponge. Give a nice little flush to the face. So outside of Wet n Wild, another blush that I would recommend is the Essence Satin Touch Blush. That's beautiful, and I think it's like $4. So I've really been enjoying the Glow From Within type of highlighter, and I am obsessed with the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter and Pure Nude Sunlighter. One's a little more champagne and one's a little more golden. This is the highlighter and this is the sunlighter, which is, this one's more gold. So what I've been doing is just taking a brush and mixing the two and taking that for my highlight. And with just the lighter one, I'll dip into that and put it down my nose. If you want something that's a little more intense, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder is really nice. I have the shade Precious Petals, and I've used and abused this. If you see, I hit pan, but it is very gorgeous, and I'll show you. Like, that just steps up the glow level. For brows, I currently have the Essence Eyebrow Gel in the shade 01 Brown. Now I really like it because it's easy to apply. It's really creamy. Another one that I really do love is the Makeup Revolution Brow Pomade. And I like that one. I threw it away because I had it for so long and it was getting crusty, crabby. But I would say I would probably pick that one over this one just because it lasts a little bit longer, but I do really like this one. Alright, now that we look like we're angry with our brows on and no eyes, we'll go ahead and jump into that. And you guessed it, it's another Wet n Wild product. It is the Wet n Wild eyeshadow quad in the shade Silent Treatment. Side note, Wet n Wild is cruelty free, so that's pretty amazing. I mean, if you don't have any eyeshadow palettes currently, or you're wanting to play with Wet n Wild, or you just want to add a couple shades to your collection, absolutely, this is great. Like, it definitely does have good payoff. I find with drugstore, some of the eyeshadows are like chalk. and you dip your brush or your finger, whatever, and it disappears into the wind. But this is decent. Wow, that's nice. To deepen up the crease, I'm going to take this darker shade right here. So with this eyeshadow in particular, it does have very good payoff compared to other cheap shadows. It's just really powdery in the pan. So just make sure if you're going to use this to avoid, you know, getting messy under your eyes, dip in and top it off. Alright, now going in on the lid with this one. Now going in with what they consider the brow bone shade, I'm going to take that in on the inner corner. And then the brow bone. For liquid liner, I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution liquid liner. No, my tip got smushed somehow. I don't know how that happened. We'll make it work. For the waterline, I'm going to go in with the Colourpop Crème Eyeliner. And just, it's just a white shade, but I also have the, it's like a greenish, it's called Fast Lane. It's really pretty, and then I also have, that I would recommend the LA Girl Ultimate Eye Intense Eyeliner. This one's like a brown. But for this, I'm going to go in with the white. Next, going in with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara, and then a pair of Eyelure fake lashes. So next I'm going to take the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner in Big Proposal. So I think Essence is just another one of those brands that hits the nail on the head so many times when it comes to super affordable products. And next we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Color Riche in the shade Macaron. Macaron. And it's just this super pretty pale pink shade. And we're going to put that right on top. One thing I do appreciate about this lipstick is that it locks in. Some of the time with the super affordable, cheap, whatever lipstick, it doesn't have that. Who is it? I think it's the Wet n Wild lipstick. Yeah. The top just falls off and it destroys your purse.